On my days, that's typical. I decide to film and Sage decides to wake up. 1 second. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tis me, Donette. But you already know that, obviously. Today's video is one that has actually been requested to me by you guys. A few of you requested that I do what I didn't use in my hospital bag from my previous hospital bag video. I'm going to try and keep the video short and snappy because I don't want to get a £20 fine for picking up my kids late from school, and it really doesn't need to be super long. I'm going to start by saying what things I think you should also add to the bag that I did not have with me. The first thing is I'll say pack a packet of water wipes, because after being told for however many years by loads of different people that you cannot use wipes in hospital, the midwives don't like using wipes in hospital, keep it as natural as possible, yada 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 yada. I took my cotton wool pleats in my little nappy pack with the Sudocrem, the nappies, and the cotton wool, and I was trying to get that first poo that is like tar, may I add, off Sage's bum. And I was literally there for absolutely ages, to the point where the midwife was in the room. How many kids did you say you had again? I've got 3, but normally I don't do the first poo. Like daddy or my mum does the first poo. I can't handle them poos. She was like, oh, have you not got any of those water wipes? I was thinking, well, I've got a few of them at home. So definitely bring a packet of water wipes. The other thing I will say is make sure you bring a blanket for baby, because I don't know what, in fact I do know what happened. I packed a blanket in that video, and that blanket was just for if any visitors came and wanted to hold baby or whatever. But I didn't pack a blanket for baby in the cot. Now, the hospitals do have blankets for your baby when they're born and stuff, and while they're in the cot, but every other time, I remember, if I remember rightly, I brought a blanket. I did buy a blanket for Sage to have in her cot, but like an idiot, I did not pack the blanket. So then when I'm at the hospital, the midwife said, have you got a blanket? I'm like, yeah, there should be one in the bag. Is there not one in the bag? No, there's no blanket. Then I thought, oh my gosh, I know where the blanket is. It's on the side at home. Didn't make it to the bag. So make sure you pack a blanket for baby while baby's in the cot as well. So that's 2 separate blankets. One blanket for if you're going to have guests if you're staying in the hospital, and another blanket for while baby is sleeping in the cot. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump onto the things from my hospital bag that I did not end up using. I'm going to tell you now, there's not a lot of things that I didn't end up using, because I didn't really pack a lot of stuff anyway. I sort of packed light, and then I had a really short stay in hospital. I was literally there for 12 hours, so I didn't need loads of stuff. But the first thing I'm going to tell you is the Lucozade that I packed in my bag. Keep the Lucozade Sport, the still one. Don't pack the fizzy one, because I did end up changing my Lucozade for the fizzy one, thinking I was super clever, and the midwife was like, no, you don't want to drink that because you're just going to fill with gas and you're going to feel really uncomfortable. As soon as she said that to me, it made sense. But at the time, I thought my fizzy, like, oh yeah, it's not going to fill my bladder thing, was the right thing, because I don't know. I just didn't want to have the catheter and be filled and not be able to wee and stuff. Luckily that didn't happen this time, but she was like, you need to stay hydrated. We don't want you dehydrating, so don't take any fizzy drinks. If you take fizzy drinks in, the midwife's probably not going to let you have them. And to be honest, you're not going to want to have them, because you're not going to be wanting to deal with bloatedness and gas from fizzy drinks while you're trying to give birth to your baby. The other thing that I did not use was that vest top that I bought for labour. Didn't put that on because, as I said in that previous video, I wore one of my maternity sports bras because I was way more comfortable in that. Saying that, that doesn't mean empty out the stuff that you plan to labour in, because you might want to wear it. I just couldn't be bothered getting changed at the time, or I said, oh, give me one of my sports bras, I'll be much more comfortable in that, because the whole of my bottom half was just free to do whatever the heck it was doing then, even though everyone could see my behind. But that's not my problem, is it? the other thing that I packed in my bag that I didn't end up using was my bump support band, because obviously we all saw Megan on the news last week or the week before, didn't we, after she gave birth. I hold my hands up and respect her for how she came out and saw the public, because she wasn't wearing one of those big smock dresses where you can't even see the leftover bump, you know. That sounds great. I respected her because she came out and she was like, I don't know why she was wearing the white dress, because I wouldn't pack any white. I wouldn't wear any white after I'd just give birth for a good few weeks. But she came out in that lovely white dress with the tie round under her boob bit. What's that bit called? I'm being quick, aren't I? So the tie around there, and you could still see her bump, because your bump does not go straight away. So after my birth, I would say I looked about 18 weeks pregnant still. My bump was still really high and it was still quite firm. And obviously you have to wait for your uterus to go back down and your muscles to come back together. I still got a bit of a bump now, to be honest. I'll show you that in a different video. But I thought that I'd wear my bump support band just to support my stomach and stuff. I put it on and I'm going to tell you, I felt so uncomfortable, it was untrue. And I was thinking, my back was aching from giving birth anyway in the position that I was in, because obviously I'd had my back sort of arched while I was giving birth. And I was thinking that this band would support me, but it just made me feel really uncomfortable. So from that day onwards, I have not worn any support belts, support bands, or anything around my stomach area. If anything, I've lived in my maternity leggings. I've only recently started wearing normal leggings, like normal non-maternity, non-mummy pouch leggings this week, if anything. And they're feeling all right. It's because my stomach's gone down quite a bit, so I'm sort of getting away with it, but I think the leggings are still quite tight. And with the bump support belt, it just felt like everything was too closed in. So I thought I'm just going to leave round there sort of loose-ish and let everything just naturally go back down, especially while breastfeeding as well, because the stomach still contracts and it's quite uncomfortable. So yeah, so I'm just letting my stomach muscles go back together naturally and my uterus continue to go back to its rightful place. So support belts, support bands, they're a no-no from me. I've got my 6-week check this week. After my 6-week check, I will then start doing some light exercise, she says, even though she decided to move her room around 3 times. That's not advisable, but that's for another video. The other thing that I did not use was, remember when I was packing my makeup and I'm like, I've got this concealer, I've got this other concealer for contouring, I've got a bit of powder, I might put some of my foundation in there. No. I did not use any of my makeup. I used a bit of blusher on my cheeks, that was it, to make myself look a little bit alive. Other than that, I scraped my hair back in a ponytail. When you see my hair scraped back in a ponytail and it's not even slicked down, that means I can't be bothered. I don't care how I'm looking right about now. That is how, I think I put a little side fringe in my hair or something. But other than that, I couldn't be bothered. I couldn't be bothered. I just wanted to be comfortable. I didn't feel too good anyway, because your body is doing a whole madness. I just put blusher on my face to look alive, scraped my hair back, and that was me content, to be honest. I didn't use the face wipes at all, because I just washed my face when I went to the bathroom. And yeah, I didn't use an ounce of my makeup other than my blusher. So it depends. I didn't take any prettied up pictures or anything with baby though after the birth, because I really just wasn't feeling, I took pictures with baby obviously for me, but I was thinking they're natural, aren't they? And if I've got lashes on, well, I wasn't gonna, I see some people with lashes on there, I'm like, wow, you got time. No, I just thought no. So the makeup, wasn't needed. I also did not use the baby's spare outfit. When Sage was born, she literally had an outfit that, like her first outfit for when she was born and when she was sleeping over the night. And then when she was leaving hospital, she used the other outfit. That was it. So I just used 2 of my outfits. But remember, I was only in the hospital for 12 hours overnight, and I was like discharged in the morning at 12:30. Even though I did not leave until 8 o'clock, but that's another story for another video. I've got everything written down because I keep forgetting things, so if I keep doing one-handed stuff, it's because it's all written down. I will tell you this as well, after the birth, the hospital do provide towels for you, as if to say bathing towels. So I used the hospital towels for that first shower after I'd given birth, and then my shower before I was going home in the morning the next day, I used my towel for that then, and then I put that in the plastic bag to take home. If you're going to be staying in hospital as well for a lengthy time, I'd say bring a few like a few 90s and a few sets of pajamas maybe, because you're likely to leak, and you don't want to be staying in the same pajamas if you leaked in them and stuff. I'll say that. That's just a random thought that's just come to my head. I'm just telling you that now. Maternity pads as well. The hospital do provide a few maternity pads for you, and I think they might do this at all hospitals as well. They do have the maternity mats as well for on the bed, because you get a bit conscious. You get a bit conscious of, oh, if I get up now, is it going to be a bit when I move, sort of thing. That's how I felt anyway. I don't like the time of the month and stuff, so I especially don't like the whole bleeding after I give birth either. But make sure you do have enough of your own maternity pads as well though. I use the Boots ones. They are okay, but what I've come to realise is, because you're going to be wearing them constantly for a few weeks, either way, your behind is going to hurt. So I ended up using Sudocrem on myself quite a bit, and I'm only just starting to feel a bit more normal down there, because obviously I'm not using the pads anymore. And the last thing I will say is snacks. Snacks, snacks, snacks. I wish I would have packed more snacks, because the food that the hospital gave me was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I was thinking, because it's hospital, they're going to give you some healthy food. It's going to be nice tasting food. It's going to be colourful food. It looked like aeroplane food. Let me tell you that. It looked like aeroplane food. And when Daddy turned up, Daddy had his nice mutton soup from the Jamaican shop, and I was tucking into my aeroplane food while I could smell his spicy, well-seasoned soup. And I felt like Oliver Twist, basically. It was like he was at some posh 5-star Michelin restaurant, and I was at like Oliver Twist's, like eating slop. So guys, that is it for the video. I'm gonna have to cut this short because my battery is about to die on my camera. But thank you for watching. I hope you found that useful. And if there's anything else you want to know, just drop me a line in the comments down below and I will get back to you. And exciting times for you ladies, guys, because you're all at like, well, most of you are at in the final weeks of your pregnancy now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me know how you're feeling. If you know what sexy baby's going to be as well, let me know in the comments, because I'm really nosy. I just like to know these things. I still get quite tearful as well, like reading other people's, like, I'm pregnant, I'm this. I'm slightly missing being pregnant, to be honest. As much as I was hating it towards the end, I am slightly missing it. So I'm slightly jealous of all you ladies. But yeah, good luck with your pregnancies, and I shall see you in my next video that I don't know when I'm going to bam it out, but I'll bam it out soon for you. Thank you for watching.